Meet the top 10 richest royals of all time. While many have amassed vast amounts of wealth that the world has never seen before and it's unlikely to see again, these all-time richest people make today's richest people look like apprentices. Who are the all-time richest royals and how much money did they amass? The list includes every generation of royals known in history up to the present day. Here is a list of the world's wealthiest ruling royals based on the most recent net worth available. It should be noted that the estimated net worth is subject to change. With that said, let's dive in. Mir Osman Ali Khan, 1886 to 1967, is ranked 10th with a net worth of $230 billion. Mir Osman Ali Khan, 10th on our list, was born on April 6, 1886, and became the last Nizam. Later, on 26 January 1950, he was appointed Raj Pramukh of Hyderabad state, a position he held for 6 years before the state was partitioned linguistically and became part of Andhra Pradesh, Karnataka, and Maharashtra. Mir Osman Ali Khan had a personal gold collection worth more than $100 million and owned over $400 million in jewelry, including the famous Jacob diamond, which is now worth $95 million. Khan kept the diamond in his office as a paperweight. He was said to own more than 50 Rolls Royces. Osman Ali Khan is believed to have remained as the richest man in South Asia until his death in 1967, that is. However, his fortune had plummeted to $1 billion by then, as the newly formed Indian government confiscated over 97% of his fortune, including family jewelry. The Indian government still displays Nizam's jewelry at exhibition. Number 9. William the Conqueror, 1027 to 1087, with a net worth of $240 billion. William the Conqueror reigned from 1027 to 1087, invading and conquering England, capturing land and treasure from Sussex to Yorkshire, and defeating Earl Harold Godwinson at the Battle of Hastings in 1066, where he became King William I. And it didn't stop there. The more kingdoms he conquered, the more wealth he amassed, as he had done his entire life. When he died, he left his children the equivalent of $240 billion. William was the unmarried son of Duke Robert I of Normandy and his mistress Herleva. His illegitimacy and youth, as well as the anarchy that plagued the first years of his rule, posed some difficulties for him after he succeeded his father. Members of the Norman aristocracy battled each other during his childhood and adolescence, both for control of the child duke and for their own ends. William was able to put down a rebellion and begin to establish his authority over the duchy in 1047, a process that would not be completed until around 1060. Number 8. Nikolai Alexandrovich Romanov, 1868 to 1918, with a total net worth of $300 billion. Nikolai Alexandrovich Romanov was a Russian Tsar with a $300 billion inflation-adjusted net worth. Nicholas II joined the army when he was 19 years old. He spent 3 years in the army. During his military career, he rose to the rank of colonel. Have you ever considered how wealthy Nikolai Alexandrovich Romanov was? According to sources, Romanov's net worth was over $300 billion, with the main source of this amount of money being his regency as Emperor of Russia, since he inherited the throne and net worth after his father's death, effectively continuing a feudal system. Nikolai Alexandrovich Romanov was Alexander III and Maria Fyodorovna's eldest son. When he was christened, he was given the title His Imperial Highness Nikolai Alexandrovich Romanov, Grand Duke of Russia. Nikolai was heavily influenced by his father. Number 7. Mansa Musa, 1280 to 1337. Wealth incalculable, but net worth of around $400 billion. Mansa Musa was the 10th Mansa of the wealthy Malian Empire, which translate as King of Kings or Emperor. Musa's procession was reported to include 60,000 men, 12,000 slaves, each carrying 4-pound gold bars, heralds dressed in silks who bore gold staffs, organized horses, and handled bags. Musa provided all of the procession's needs, including feeding the entire company of men and animals. There were also 80 camels in the train, each carrying between 50 to 300 pounds of gold dust, according to various reports. He gave the gold to the poor people he met along the way. Musa not only gave to the cities he passed through on his way to Mecca, such as Cairo and Medina, but he also exchanged gold for souvenirs. It has also been reported that he built a mosque every Friday. Number 6. Salman bin Abdulaziz Al Saud, family net worth of $1.73 trillion. King Salman of Saudi Arabia is reportedly worth a whopping $18 billion US, making him the world's third richest royal. His fortune stems from his share of the royal family's estimated $1.4 trillion portfolio, which includes natural gas and petroleum behemoth Saudi Aramco. King Salman, like other sovereigns, appears to enjoy opulence, apparently sharing a love of ultra-expensive yachts and paintings with his 34-year-old son and Saudi Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman, also known as MBS. Number 5. King Solomon of Israel, peak net worth of $2 trillion. According to the Bible, King Solomon reigned from 970 BC to 931 BC and is said to have received 25 tons of gold for each of his 39 years of rule, which would be worth billions of dollars today. In today's money, the biblical ruler's personal fortune could have surpassed $2 trillion, in addition to impossible riches amassed through taxation and trade. The throne of Solomon was covered in pure gold and inlaid with ivory. It had 6 flights of stairs, 12 lion statues, one on each side of each step, and a solid gold footstool. On either side of the throne, 2 larger lion statues stood. Number 4. Augustus Caesar, 63 BC to 14 AD, with a net worth of $4.6 trillion. As part of his estimated $4.6 trillion net worth, Julius Caesar's adopted son controlled much of the world's most powerful states, including Egypt. Egypt accounted for at least 25% of global GDP at the time. At the time, Caesar's Rome accounted for roughly 30% of the world's economic output. His personal wealth is thought to have been close to 1/5 of the empire's economy, which was estimated to be around $4.6 trillion in 2014. Number 3. Akbar the First, 1542 to 1605. Wealth incalculable, but roughly $21 trillion. From 1556 to 1605, the Indian emperor conquered hundreds of thousands of square miles of territory and ruled over much of the Indian subcontinent as the Mughal Empire. He possessed approximately 25% of the world's GDP at the time, which equates to a staggering $21 trillion today. Only the Bourbons of France, the Habsburgs of Austria, the Romanovs of Russia, and the emperors of China lived in greater luxury than the Mughals. Number 2. Emperor Shinzong, net worth of $30 trillion. Emperor Shinzong of Song, also known as Zhao Zu, was China's 6th and final Song dynasty emperor. Shinzong ruled from 1067 to 1085, controlling nearly 30% of the global GDP during the eras of peaceful prosperity and primary abundance. The emperor's administration was skilled at taxation, but it wasn't all take. Its well-known new policies that aided the poor are seen as forerunners of the current welfare state. Rounding out our list in the number 1 spot is Genghis Khan, with a net worth of $100 trillion. Genghis Khan reigned as the Mongol Empire's first great Khan from the spring of 1206 to the summer of 1227. He was the greatest conqueror in history, surpassing Alexander the Great, and his empire stretched from the Caspian Sea to Japan. As there is no confirmed estimate of his wealth, his net worth is likely to be in the hundreds of trillions of pounds and dollars. We hope you found this video educational and better. Did you enjoy our list? Did any of these richest royals inspire you? Did we miss your favorite? Let us know in the comments, and make sure to like and subscribe for more content like this. Thanks for watching to the end of the video. We'll see you next time.